Hey everyone, Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video, and today I'll be going over 25 things you may not know about the Import-Export DLC that just came out to GTA Online. If you do enjoy this video and find it helpful, please drop it a like, and if you do want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. Since we have so much, I'll just hop right into it. So the first one, the most important one, you can now purchase shark cards from the online menu. Thank God they put this in because I don't know what I would have done without that. Next up, like the Biker DLC and like the CEO DLC, when you have cops on you, you can go into the vehicle warehouse with them on you, even if they're like right next to you, and it'll instantly get them away. Another one, I don't have gameplay for this one, unfortunately, but the Ruiner 2000, I want to talk about it real quick. It has 8 missiles. You guys already know that. The lock-on, though, like the homing launcher feature on the Ruiner 2000, is actually a little bit better than the homing launcher and all of the other vehicles that have a lock-on feature. Now, it is sort of hard to show that in gameplay, but they are a lot better. Apparently, they like if they miss, they'll fly back around and hit someone. Also, and this is confirmed according to the game files, the weapon range is actually reduced to 225, while in every other version, you know, like the Buzzard, for instance, theirs is set to 300. So, because it is a better weapon, the range is nerfed a little bit. So just thought I'd let you guys know about that. By the way, these are in no particular order, so this is all over the place. Next one, you can actually wear stuff together now. Some things don't work, like masks, regular masks and hats and glasses and stuff. I still think you're going to need a glitch to do that, but you can wear the half mask, some of the new masks with glasses, with hats. You can even put a hoodie up and wear that with a hat. There's a lot of stuff that Rockstar actually gave us in terms of customization, which is great. It's not the most, but it is a step in the right direction. Hey. This next one, you know, in typical Rockstar fashion, you know, they had to ruin it, but the ramp buggy and the Phantom Wedge, you can only hit around 30 cars before the things blow up. It's so dumb. The ramp buggy, you can see in the gameplay, I just had 30 cars ramp over me, and then it just randomly catches on fire and then blows up. I don't know, I mean, maybe to balance it, I guess, but that's just, it's so dumb. Don't know why they do that. Hope they fix it. Same goes for the Phantom Wedge. I think it's around 20 to 30 cars that, you know, you can hit before your car blows up. No matter if you change the armor on it or not in the, like, you know, in the Los Santos Customs. Speaking of the Los Santos Customs, though, and special cars, you can see here, you actually can customize some of the special cars, but the thing that's unfortunate, the ones you can't customize, like the Phantom Wedge, like the armored Boxville, and I believe the Wastelander, those actually don't have bulletproof tires on them. The other ones, I believe you can add bulletproof tires, but the ones that you cannot customize, they do not have bulletproof tires. So again, that armored Boxville ain't armored because you could blow it up, and it don't even have bulletproof tires. So it's a complete waste of money. Going back to the Ruiner 2000, like I said, it does hold 8 rockets. And when you shoot all 8 of them, the only way to actually get them back is to go back to your warehouse. So, again, with the balancing, the good news is that according to FunMW2, that 8 limit is actually determined in the tunables. So if they wanted to, they could easily switch it up or down depending on what people want. So I'm hoping we get that increased a little bit more. Also on the Ruiner, this is kind of funny, it can shock people. If you have vehicle access to no one and someone attempts to get in, it'll shock them. It's basically like a stun gun, and it's actually kind of funny. It's not the biggest thing, but if you have some random guy, you know, pestering you, you can, you know, tell him to get in your car and then shock him like that and then kill him if you wanted to. Also, there are some new associate outfits as well as CEO outfits. I don't believe there's any unique part about these. I think they just take the clothing that they added into the game and then made them CEO outfits. But if there is any unique parts that you guys find, you can do the CEO glitch by going into a survival. That glitch still works to save the outfits. Stancing is now back like Rockstar promised. The only thing that's different now, and you'll see in the gameplay, in order to stance a vehicle, you don't shoot the you actually shoot like the inside of the car. Like, all right, for example, if you're going for the front tires, you shoot slightly to the right of it on the actual car, and then for the back, you shoot slightly to the left, and then you'll see the tires themselves actually fall down. Do keep in mind though, you need to have no bulletproof tires. If you have bulletproof tires, you can't stance a car. So just know that before you buy the bulletproof tires. Once you have them, you'll never be able to stance a car because you can't take the bulletproof tires off. Going back to the Phantom Wedge, you can actually sit on the back of it, which is kind of cool. And although it does explode after 30 cars or so, you can get like 5 people, or no, I think 3 people, well 5 people total, but 3 people on the back 2 on each side and then 1 in the middle, and they can all use, regular guns. You can use an RPG, you can use machine guns, you can use the LMGs. So if you do plan on using the Phantom Wedge, at least you'll have a little bit of protection in the back in terms of people if you do have enough to actually get on it. Now the special vehicles, because I got a few questions as to how you unlock them. So the way you unlock them is by doing a certain number of deliveries or stealing cars, basically. Here's the list. You can see 4 is the ramp car, and then I can't remember what the rest are, but you can see it's 4, 8, 16, or 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and then 32. 32 being the Ruiner 2000, and that is actually how you get the reduced prices on the Warwick Stock Cash and Carry website. Speaking of deliveries, when you do deliver a car, when you steal a car, sometimes you will get cops on you. Call Lester and remove your wanted level. Trust, you can do it. I don't know why, because they usually patch that stuff, but it's so much better to pay $400 or $600 to remove the cops or to get the cops off of you from Lester than it is to pay $3,000 or $4,000 in repair costs because the cops keep running into you. Now, the new LG, the LG Retro Custom, fun little fact, one of the liveries is actually a direct reference to Fast and Furious, the first movie. Here's a picture side by side. You can see that is actually pretty cool. Also, speaking of the Retro LG, one thing that I noticed after customizing it, you can remove the plate, the license plate on the front. It's actually in the license category, and then you got to go to plate holder, I believe, and then you have the option to remove it or put it on the left or the right. Personally, I just would rather remove it, but if you want any of the other options, there you go. If you want to quickly move all of your cars into your 60-car garage, if you bought a 60-car garage, you have all 3 office garages, and you want to move them quickly, instead of just going back and forth from your old apartments to your new office and just driving them back and forth, what you can do, because there's no cooldown and there's no cost for it, talk to your personal assistant and have her spawn one of your vehicles. Normally, it'll spawn right in front of you as you walk out, and then you can just drive it back around into your garage and repeat the process. It's much faster than driving back and forth, especially if you're in a public lobby. You get people trying to kill you, so do that and it'll be a lot better for you. Going back to the import-export missions, surprisingly, the Cargobob is now relevant again because you can actually use it in import and export missions. Do be careful though, because sometimes, if you go a little bit too fast or if, you hit something, then the car will go to the ground, it'll get detached, and you will have to pay probably a lot more in terms of repair costs. But the fact that they made the Cargobob actually useful for once is actually kind of shocking. One cool thing, if you go to the interaction menu and then you go to style, at the very bottom there's an illumination tab or illumination option. You can either turn the illumination off, you can have it pulse, or you can have it flash, and this is for the outfits that illuminate. Right now it's only the Deadline, but soon we'll be getting a really cool sort of alien outfit. Another thing that's kind of odd, the Technical Aqua, you can't actually drive that thing in first person in the water. Like, you can be in first person, but the minute you touch water and you transition to the water, to the ocean, it'll kick you back out and you can't go back into first person. I don't know why that's the case, but it's kind of unfortunate. One thing that's kind of cool, if you get enough cars in your vehicle warehouse, they actually start to get covered over time. So like we saw in the pictures before the DLC came out, what you're seeing in the gameplay is my friend, I think he only has like 20 cars in this garage, and you can see a lot of them are covered, I guess, until you do sell them. Going back to the special vehicles, the Rocket Voltic is actually faster than an RPG. Now, it's hard to really do this because you have to go at the exact same time, but if you go at the exact same time, the Voltic will actually outrun an RPG, which is kind of cool. Not really practical, but it's kind of good to know. Also, I forgot to mention this about those special vehicles, you cannot use them in missions. So if you were planning on using them in contact missions or heists or something, unfortunately, you cannot do that. Although, there's a new VIP section once you buy them where you can do VIP missions with these new vehicles. One of the best ones is the transporter job, because all you do is you get on the Wastelander like it's supposed to, and there's a car in the back, and then you just transport it to some point on the map, and you get like $22,000 for it. So really easy to do, for the most part. If you're in a solo public lobby or even just an invite-only lobby, you're not going to have people trying to shoot you like I do in the gameplay, but that's a pretty cool way to make some money, and there's some other ones using some of the other vehicles. Also, on one of those VIP missions, or maybe it's in one of the special missions, you'll see there's a damaged Ruiner. That's actually the Ruiner 3 that we saw in the game files. You cannot save this unless you have a modded account. You can drive it, but it is obviously really weird looking because the cars and it's all beat up. But if anyone was wondering, that is what the Ruiner 3 looks like. It's damaged, so it's not going to be a vehicle we can actually own. It's just part of a mission. And then the last one, probably the most fun aspect about this DLC, put on a horse mask in a convertible, and you look absolutely amazing. But that is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. Please drop a like I said, if you did enjoy and found this video helpful. That's 25 things you may not have known about the Import-Export DLC. As always, though, I will see you guys in the next one.